Hello and welcome to my second podcast for Yarn Tales by the Sea. I'm Kellyanne and I live on the southeast coast of the UK. I can give you a little hint, roughly where I live, and we hold the world record for the most pirates in one place. If you're a returning viewer, welcome, and if this is your first time with me, lovely to see you here. I'm a bit ditzy, I forget what I'm going to say. If I write a list I can't see it very well because I've not got the greatest of eyesight, but hey ho. Well, what a month. First of all I would like to apologise for there being such a large gap between my first podcast and this one. We've had a few technical problems, mainly being our hard drive on our computer, and anyone that uploads to YouTube, I mean, you know it can take like a lot of time, even up to 12 hours. Unfortunately we had hard drive problems and this was stopping it from being uploaded, so I've had to redo this podcast because obviously being big time frame it would put everything out, but now we're ready to go. Should we go for the wow factor a little bit? Come here, dolly dog, dolly dog, dolly dog. Yeah. Right, this is this dog, dolly dog, and I love her to bits. She's rescue. She's a Chihuahua Jack Russell cross. She doesn't do a lot. Her favourite thing to do is sleep, eat, wee, and poo, and not necessarily in that order, but that's what she does, and I just love her. She had a bit of a hard life. She was rescued from a puppy farm, and she had a broken leg, but now she's my fur baby. Right, to get on with it, I have a couple of finished pieces. First one is a hat. It's actually crocheted. It's a simple half crochet, half treble crochet, half treble crochet. Basically it's so easy to make. You just make the chain from here to the top of your head, obviously put a little bit on if you want to turn on it, and it's just basically working that way, doing your half treble crochets into the back of the loop to the width that you want it going round. You just sew it up, and again on the top you just weave in and out, put it in close when you finish, and doing a few rows sort of that way, stitches just to get it into a point. I just stuck a handmade tag on the front. But the reason I wanted a woolly hat was I've signed up to the 1,000 mile walking challenge this year. Basically you do it at your own pace. It's free to sign up. There is a website. I will put all the links down below. So it averages out at 2.74 miles a day. So I just wanted a woolly hat to sort of keep my ears warm, because I usually wear shop bought peak caps, and it just wasn't doing the business this time of the year. And I can tell you, British weather at the moment is not the best. It's been kind of cold, very cold I would say. We have been getting sunshine, but it's been just cold and windy and wet at times. A couple of days ago we had a smattering of snow, and I will say it was a smattering because you couldn't even measure how deep it was, because it was just a smattering. But it doesn't tend to stay around very much where I am, because living by the sea, the salt air does tend to make it go away very quickly. But according to the Met Office at the moment, it is supposed to snow fairly hard tonight, but I'll believe it when I see it, because we just don't tend to get it as much as the rest of the country does get. Does get, is that right? Yeah. So yes, that's my hat. It is a shop bought pom-pom. It has a little like elastic, a little band underneath, so you can just like put a couple of stitches in. I used to make pom-poms when I was a child, you know, with the 2 bits of cardboard weaving round and round, and I thought it'd be a good idea to buy some pom-pom makers. They're just generic ones, not a branded ones, cheap off of Amazon, but to be quite honest, they're blooming rubbish. Because it doesn't matter how tight you pull the thread, it just doesn't hold the wool in once you've cut round, and they tend to pop out. Although I have since read that if you use cotton, it will hold them tighter. But to be quite honest, I think I prefer the furry ones. So yeah, that's my hat. The other finish I've got wouldn't be me unless there was a pair of socks. This is done in Dropped Fable, and I didn't bring the band up, so oh well. Yeah, these are cuffed down with a heel flap and gusset, and I didn't actually like it when I brought the wool, but once I started going on it, I thought they were quite nice. Kitchener heel toe stitch, which I actually really enjoyed doing. I know a lot of people don't, but it did take me quite a while to get it. It's just getting that pattern into your head of how to do it, but I can do it in probably 3 minutes or so. And yeah, I just really like it. So yeah, there's those. But like I said, I really enjoy doing socks. They're a good project to have when you haven't, you want to take something with you and that's bulky. So, but that's sort of it for my finish makes. I do have other socks on the go, which I need to stop because having more than 2 pairs on the go is just silly. This is King Cole zigzag in their Autumn Glory, and I feel a bit daft because on my last podcast I actually said, when I took the wool out, I said, oh, this reminds me of autumn colours. Being a daft thing I am, I didn't bother looking at the ball label, and it's called Autumn Glory, so but yeah, I keep them in this bag, which is from Yarndale last year. I can't get to Yarndale, it's too far away from where I am, and we don't have a car and trains are too expensive, but I try to support them with buying their little things, and it is a good event, but in many ways, because you've got the vendor side, and last year I knitted a pair of socks for their Yarndale line, which is you do donate them, and they go. You can say where you'd like them to go, and I put down for a homeless person, a rough sleeper. So I'm hoping somebody's feet are being kept really warm somewhere. Anyway, that's that. Jumper. I actually think I wish I never started this. I'm a fair way on it. I've actually finished knitting it all. Yeah, it's got like a rounded bottom. I don't think this is really going to show up on here, but I will put the pattern back up again. The one thing I haven't enjoyed about this one is when I've knitted like cardigans in the past, the rib cuffs have always been started off first, but with this item you put it in afterwards. While I don't have a problem actually picking up stitches, I just don't like doing it. Not for this quantity anyway. Even though this is my size and the right wool, which was James Seabrett Marble Chunky, it does seem to be knitting up really big. So if it doesn't fit, I won't be undoing it. It will be given a home to somebody else, and probably be in the other half month. So, not that she's big, I don't mean it that way, but she's just a bigger size than me. So, but yeah. So that's all done. So all I've got left to do is I've picked up on the front, both fronts, and so all I have to do now is I've got to put the sew the fronts to the back, which been marked off, so that's just got to go on. It's really hard to show you when it's like this. I can tell you, you're not going to need some blocking. And then once they're on, is go up the front, round the collar, down the other side, and then sew up the sleeves and put the sleeves on. So yeah, but there's not my favourite cardigan to do, I suppose. And it doesn't actually have buttons on the front. It's just sort of like not even a wrap. It's just like it stays open. It's got a couple of tassels. It looked really good on the pattern, but I'm not so sure. And I've also since found out that apparently it is very, very hard to block the back, because where it's got the curve and picked up stitches, it has a tendency to curl up. So I've never been a massive fan of like blocking stuff, but I do when I have to. And I don't have blocking mats, but I've worked out a way how to get that blocked, and that's 2 big bath towels on my craft room floor. I shall pin it down and hope for the best that way. I'm might try and use an iron, because I've been told that's very good. You have to steam iron, hold it up, make sure it's about that distance away, give it a bit of a steam, and I like to give it a bit of a spray with the bottle as well, rather than washing, because it's acrylic. So I'm hoping that will do the trick, but who knows. Also, because I know a lot of you are from not quite enough yarn, and Leslie and Ferret and Gibbons blog, Claire, and I know a lot of you have shown a real big interest in our drumming. So for those that are new, we all belong to a drumming troupe based where I live, and I happen to be one of the leaders. We drum at many events, and the town that I live in is well known for its diversity of the amount of events we hold. I mean, we do Jack in the Green, which is held on the first Monday of May, and prior to that, on the Sunday, we do a big drum off. We also have Pirates Day. That's a big giveaway, isn't it? If any of you follow that scene, you will instantly know where I'm from. We have Carnival, bonfire season. That runs for 2.5, nearly 3 months over the winter months. We do lots of events out of our town. We travel quite extensively, I would say. Just drumming. I mean, we only charge for private events, i.e. weddings, things like that. Everything else we do for free, and what money we do raise, it all goes to charity. I mean, this year, which goes up till April, because we run from April to April, which is the financial year. Our charity is called Seaview Project, which helps homeless people to try and get into a home. They do lots of things for them, and previous to this year, the previous financial year was Snowflake, which again helps put homeless people into local churches and halls over the really cold months of the year. And both of those charities do phenomenal work. And we also raise money by selling badges. Again, all goes to our charities. So because so many people have expressed an interest, I thought it'd be really great to let you share in our adventures for the year. And obviously at the moment we're on our winter break, and we go back on beginning of March, and our season kind of kicks off about May. So we're going to take the video camera out and about with us, so you can experience what we do. Because it showing pictures isn't quite the same as because you can't get the feel and the atmosphere of what we do and the actual events themselves. So we just thought it'd be really good for you to experience it. It won't be quite the same as how we experience it, but you'll get the drift. I've also noticed at the moment there is a lot going on in the knitting world, crochet world, yarn world, about racism and diversity. I really didn't want to discuss this. It's not because I don't care, because I do care. I was brought up to be inclusive with everybody. And I'm in my 50s and I've always been that way. But I thought if I didn't say something, it would come across as though I don't care. But I really do care. And I don't know the ins and outs of it all. I have read the original blog post and I can understand where it's all coming from. And and there should be inclusivity. Is that a word? Inclusivity? Oh, that sounds good. Inclusivity in what we do. And I welcome everybody onto my channel. I do care where you've come from, because I hope that you're fortunate and you have a roof over your head and things all like that. And but if I do say anything that is not right, then yes, please do pull me up on it, and I will quite happily slap myself over it. But I think it's where do you start and where do you end on it? It is very difficult, because to me inclusivity, I'm not sure that is a word, but I'm saying it, comes in many forms, and especially in the knitting world, because I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm affluent. We are one working person family, and so I don't get a lot of money to spend on yarn, and so I always find I see a lot of beautiful designers out there. They design wonderful things, and I can't afford to knit them because I can't justify spending £40–50 on one project. So and I understand a lot of people are the same as me, just can't afford it. There's beautiful dyers out there that dye the most wonderful yarns, and for me they're expensive, but I'm not saying they are expensive per se for what they are, because I understand that the wool has to be brought, it has to be dyed, the dyeing time, so I'm not saying that is expensive per se, to buy, but it's just I would love to try indie yarns, but at the moment I'm just not in that place to be able to afford it, so I stick to generic. So yeah, it's a bit difficult this time of year for me anyway, because my partner's job does rely on well, it's really hard to explain what he does. It isn't, but it's very, it does like garden. He works for a large local firm, and so the jobs aren't quite coming in at the moment, so hence I don't have as much money this time of year as I would like, but hopefully it picks up sort of end of February, March. And I've really gone off on a tangent on this, but do you get what I'm saying? Not all of us can afford the more expensive yards, and I'm certainly not putting down people that can afford it, because it's choice, and we all have choices in life, and and everyone is entitled to spend their money how they wish, but at the moment I just can't. So, but I'm happy with what I can knit at the moment, or crochet, as may be the point. But getting back to what I was saying, there shouldn't be any kinds of racism in this world, and unfortunately there is. And yes, I think the knitting community can pull together more as a whole to make sure that we are all inclusive on what we do and how we come across to people. So, but like I said, everybody's so much welcome, and whether you like me and at the moment you can't afford to spend out a lot on yarn, or those that can afford to buy what they want to buy, you're also welcome. And I'm quite happy to talk about whatever, and yeah, but talking about that, jumpers, I actually want to do a top-down jumper. I've actually never done one, and I was hoping it'd be a lot easier with putting things together and rather than sewing. I mean, I'm not bad at sewing things up, but it's not my favourite things to do. So yeah, I'm hoping to, you know, I've been told that you know, as long as your tension's really good, you can actually, you know, take a pattern that's designed for a more expensive wool, and as long as the weight's the same, it will knit up good as long as your tension's there. So I'm going to give that a go. I haven't got a clue what wool I'm going to use, because the larger things I tend to buy as I go. Although I do have quite a bit of yarn, it tends to be stuff that's left over from other projects or stuff I brought too many balls for and stuff like that. Talking of which, I have a lot been using this from Nash that's been left over. It is my blanket, which I'm following the pattern from Lucy at Antic 24, which is her cozy stripe blanket, and this was, I did actually buy this wool, most of it anyway, for another blanket I was going to do, and I didn't like it how it was turning out. It was a crochet blanket, but it was in squares. So instead I've gone on to stripes, and as you can see, if I get it turned round from front, I haven't done that much from when I last showed you this, so I did mark it off, but trying to juggle everything, I have too much on the go sometimes, and over Christmas I didn't get as much done as what I wanted to, so on anything, to be honest with you. It sort of quite went out of the way. And with my walking 2.74 miles a day, that sort of ate into my knitting time, if you will, crochet time. So yes, that's that. But it does, you know, I call it my pinata blanket because the colours do remind me of like a sort of pinata. So I'm hoping the camera will pick that up quite well, and if it doesn't, I'll stick some photos of, because I will stick photos in of things left, you know, I was going to say left, right, centre, but you know what I mean. I will stick them in. So yeah, but that's that. And the other, I do have all socks. I'll get this undone. Just, I tend to shop a lot at Wool Warehouse because the prices are good, and I don't have a very good bricks and mortar shop where I live. So yeah, I've got loads of these bags, and they just make project, you know, really good project bags, because I don't really want to spend out on project bags when, you know, my money can go on wool. So I'd rather it go there, or should I say yarn? And because I know there's been a bit of a debate about why people call, some people call it wool, people call it yarn. I was always thought, to me, yarn is any fibre, you know, covering like your the acrylics and stuff like that, and I tend to call wool that's made out of wool, if that makes sense, real wool. So yeah, so I have actually started scrappy socks, or some people call them Frankenstein socks. So, and I'm really liking how these are turning out. I put an extra length on the cuff. I usually do like 16 rows, but on this one I've done 25 in 2x2 rib. I haven't actually scrapped these like some people do, where you keep going till you run out of your yarn. So I've actually done it in segments of 25, and I'm going to try and match up the other. Not that I'm really bothered about matching, because a lot of socks I've done, I've not matched them up. But these ones, I just really like how they're turning out. So I want to scrap them. It's just a long time work in progress. They get done whenever. So those, and yes, another sock. Honestly, folks, I don't chest knit socks, but I've just had a bit of a run on them lately. So my partner, he wanted a pair of socks, blue and grey socks. To be honest, I wished I brought a darker grey. So these are a very pale grey. But these, I'm working these in 3-1 rib, which is 3 knit, 1 purl. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. They just take me forever. So okay, these will get done when I feel like it. So I haven't had much stash acquisition, if at all, really. I did buy. I got a second-hand book off of Amazon. By my Boshi, I think that's the way it's pronounced. So I actually got it second-hand for like £1.80, I think it was. If that. Again, it's a crochet beanie hat, and I forgot to bring it upstairs, so I will put a picture here, there, wherever. Yeah, they look quite good, but I'm hoping I can use standard yarn, because the patterns are actually done for their yarn, and it's quite expensive when I was looking on it on Amazon. I think Amazon's about the only place I've managed to find it, so I'm going to Google to see what the gauge is on that wall and see if I've got enough myself. So, but yeah, I think that's mainly it on what I've been doing. But as you can see, it hasn't been a great long. I'm very sorry if I slip my H's. I don't know why I do that. But yeah, so if anyone's got any ideas on a really good, simple top-down sweater or jumper, you know, I would be very glad if you would put a comment down below over it. I'd like one, and I've seen loads on Ravelry, and it's like, oh, which one do I do? And I just don't know. So, you know, if you've got any recommendations, I would really, really appreciate it. And I hope I'm not rushing this podcast, because I do talk very quickly, and I find it very difficult to slow myself down. I do have something that I'm thinking of making, which is a cowl, but I'm not going to say too much about that at the moment, because I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. But it's colour work, so I've not done any colour work for a long time, and yeah, I'm going to give that a go, I think. But, so yeah, I won't talk about that or put any details up about it at the moment, in case I don't do it, because my mind just goes, oh, it's just, oh no, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. And the other thing I need to make a beard. Why, you ask? Why would anyone want to make a beard? Well, it's for my behalf on May Day, because we don't dress in black and red on May Day, we dress in green, and I found a pattern to actually make a long beard. I've not actually read it, so I'm not quite sure if it's knitted or crochet or a bit of both, although it does have a plait and other bits coming down. So I do need to make that. It's going to be fun, because I've never made one. And apparently there's a hat that goes with it, like a Viking hat, but he doesn't want that. He just wants it so he can wear his top hat as normal with his greenery on, and then the beard coming down. So, bit of a challenge for me, but I'll give it a go. Because I'm not too frightened. If I have problems on making things, I'm quite happy to say I can't do this when I'm doing my podcast. Because we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all have failures, and but I will happily say to you, this didn't work, or I can't do this, rather than just not talk about it at all as if it never existed. So, and talking about, I'm also going to make a skirt for my drum. I have some netting, green netting. So if I get time, I'm hoping to make some crocheted or knitted little flowers and put all over that. Again, that's on if I have time, because I just have so much I want to make. I also have some polystyrene wreaths, and I'm hoping to make a crocheted come knitted autumnal wreath, because that sort of floats my boat more than some of the other seasons at the moment, because I really do love autumn colours. But I hope I've touched on things I need to touch on. I mean, I do tend to go on a tangent. I'm so bad at it. I mean, I start off saying one thing and then something comes into my head and I'm like, oh, you know, if I don't talk about it, I'll forget. So, you know, yeah, that's, oh, I mean, I've just had so much on the go at the moment. I mean, recently, excuse me for just popping off camera, I've made a crown. I don't know if you can, this will show up on the camera very well. This was wire work, first time into wire work, and I just brought some beads. I got most of this, I believe, off of eBay and just put some ribbon. We were supposed to have attended an event last year called Frost Fair, and it got cancelled unfortunately due to the weather. It was blowing a flipping gale, I have to say. So yeah, that was my first foray. Won't put it on because it'll probably fall off. Sticking my hair, being white. So I do have to juggle a lot, and I also make just grab it up here. I need to sort my craft room out terrible. Things like this. This again is the flower crown. This will sit on top of my, well, round the brim of my top hat, and I have lots of veils on the hat. So every year, I mean, it looks a lot better on the hat because obviously I've had to pull it apart slightly for it to go on. So, you know, I have to think about my costume all year round, what to wear, what to event, because we're predominantly black and red. But I want to incorporate more knitting and crocheting into my costume. So at some point I'm hoping to make a nice bolero. I'm not sure, I'll probably go for black in that. I'm not sure whether I'm going to knit it or crochet it. And also I want to make some knitted birds, so I can put that in the hat, in amongst the flowers. I did buy polystyrene ones with little feathers on, but they tend to get a bit broken easily, and they're very hard to attach because they come on like a stick, so you have to like break off the stick and then try and glue them on, and if it rains it's not good. So yes, I want to knit some little birds. I've seen lots of patterns. I really would like to put like a blue tips on and maybe robins, that sort of thing. And I've also grandchildren I've got, they want me to make them, oh, do you know what, I'm going to try and say the word and I'll never know how to say it. So is it amaguru? You know what I mean. Anyway, that, yes. So crochet toys, they want more. I've knitted, crochet, sorry, quite a lot of those in the past, and but they're never enough. They always want more. And if Nana knits something for herself or crochets something for herself, toy-wise, they want those too. So I don't mind, but it's like trying to fit it all in, isn't it? What with the walking and the drumming. So this. Oh, I'm very sorry if you picked that up. That was my stomach rumbling. I haven't had lunch. I've been a bit remiss about that. So if that has come up on camera, I'm really, really sorry. Oh dear. But yes. So I have rushed this vlog a little bit because I really do want to get it up. I don't want. I didn't want you to all feel that I've just made one and I'm never returning. So. Yeah, I'm sorry if it's a little bit rushed, but I think a rushed vlog to get it up quickly so you can see I'm still here is better than a slow one and it's taken forever to go up. So what I am going to be doing is I'm going to make sure that I will be vlogging more regularly now that my hard drive's sorted and I haven't got the terrible problem of the video taking twice as long as what it should have done to go up, and then having problems when it did go up. So yeah, but like I said, I'd love to hear from you in the comments section or private message, even if you're more comfortable doing it that way. You know, it'd just be great because I'd love to hear what you're making. You know, that would be lovely, absolutely great. You can put links in if you have pictures. Absolutely great. I need to get on with my and support my Instagram channel more because I set it up and haven't done a lot with it. Again, you can find me, it's the same name as this channel, it's Yarn Tales by the Sea. So that'd be great. So I need to start putting stuff more up on there. I do intend having a giveaway soon. I'm just overwhelmed by the amount of subscribers, because I do know it's very, very difficult to build a channel, and to have over 100 subscribers on my first attempt at a blog, it was just absolutely overwhelming and phenomenal to me. And you know, thank you, I can't thank you enough. It's just great. And like I said, I do waffle, and I will try to make sure I've got lots of content when it comes to the knitting and crochet, even if it's reviews. You know, I'm all about it. Or, you know, life is life. Why did I say that? I don't know, but I did. I'm sorry. I told you I'm so ditzy. I actually blame my ditziness on being a woman of a certain age and gone through a certain thing in my life, if you know what I mean, certain ladies, you will. Things tend to go out your head a bit, and I'm not going to make apologies for it, because it can't be helped. It's just the way I am, and I like it. A lot of you know where I'm coming from that. I'm hoping to talk to Leslie from Not Quite Enough Yarn and Claire from Ferret and Gibbon blog. So we have talked about, I think I did, well, I definitely talked to Claire, no, Leslie about it, but I'm not sure if I did with Claire. I think I did, I'm not sure. About the three of us getting together and doing a podcast, and hopefully we not just do a show and tell, but we can sit and talk about our love for our yarn crafting, and have some knitting action on camera. So yeah, that'd be great. So I really do need to get hold of them and discuss it, because we need to do it, I think, sooner rather than later, because with the drumming season coming up, weekends can tend to not exist for us for doing other things. So that would be absolutely great. And like I said, thank you so much for watching. I hope I haven't talked the hind legs off the donkey, because I do tend to do it. Oh, so ditzy, I tell you. I am so ditzy. Yeah, anybody that knows me will tell you I'm ditzy. So yes, and I'm waffling again. Oh dear. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and again, I apologise if it's been a bit of a rushed podcast. Like I said, I just wanted to get it out there to show that I am still around and dedicated to doing this channel and getting to know you. I mean, I love to know you, and even if you just put in the comments where you come from and what's your favourite things to knit or to work with, you know, fabulous. And I will get back to everybody, because that's how I am. I always try to make sure I don't miss comments. And like I said, I will be running a giveaway soon. I'm not quite sure what I'll be giving away, but I have some ideas. And when I do run the giveaway, anybody, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you are so welcome to enter, because I'm going to post it wherever, so that's not a problem. And again, I think it's important to make sure it is inclusive. So yes, I will do that. So I will finish up by saying again, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you are warm, safe and happy, because happy doesn't, it's free, it doesn't cost anything. So again, see you soon. Thank you.
How was the joy? You're scared. Fun. Yes. And don't forget to smile. Start off with all drip. They ready at the back? Still talking.